What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be breaking down 5 things that I'm excited for NBA 2K25, my team. I know y'all are kind of used to hearing me complain. Unfortunately, 2K kind of created a game last year that was deserving of a lot of complaints, but I don't want to be that guy who's just negative all the time, and I'm hoping 2K25 is a good game. So hopefully y'all can tell from my videos the last several days that I do have some hope for this game, and while I am worried about certain things, I kind of want to make a video talking about positives that I see so far as well, and things that I am excited about. So in this video, I am going to be repeating myself a little bit, but y'all will see. Hopefully it's an interesting video regardless. So before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 30,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I'm uploading every single day, and uploads are going to go absolutely crazy when 2K25 comes out next week. We're only about 6 days away, so excited for the game to come out and excited to start making content on 2K25. And yeah, without further ado, let's hop right into it. Let's start with number 1. I think this is one of the main things that everybody's excited about, and honestly, I know this isn't a profound thing to say, but I'm excited that the auction house is coming back. Number 1, that's the main thing that I think a lot of the community is excited about, and I'm excited about it, man. It is a big positive change in a lot of ways, assuming, of course, that 2K is hands-off for the most part with the auction house and allows people to, number 1, every single card that is in packs and stuff like that can be auctioned. We cannot have unsellable special inserts in packs the way that last year was, kind of, because that will create that gambling style of content again. As long as that is not the thing, though, the auction house should be great because it gives, number 1, it opens up an entire new avenue for content for a lot of people. It opens up an entire new avenue for a community almost. The sniping community on MyTEAM is a very real thing, and I think having that return is a really positive thing for the MyTEAM ecosystem. It creates another way to make MT. Sniping is a great way to make MT without actually playing the game. So it opens up another opportunity for a no money spent player and another avenue for a no money spent player to have success on MyTEAM. There's lots of cool different things about the auction house that open up a world of possibilities for a variety of different people and just help to expand the community. Not to mention it creates the ability to get every single card, assuming again there are no special inserts, instead of the gambling simulator that we had for the last 6 months of NBA 2K24. So again, I think it's really, really good that the auction house is coming back for a variety of reasons, and I personally am excited to interact with the auction house again and get on, make some market videos, make some even sniping videos occasionally, potentially. I know I haven't done that type of content in the past, but I'm definitely considering getting into that sniping content at least a little bit this year, making some filters. We'll see what happens on some of these videos and what we can come up with, but I am excited about the auction house returning in NBA 2K25, as I think pretty much everybody is, but definitely that's number 1. Number 2, Showdown tiers is something that I'm excited about, which specifically pertains to leaderboards. I am really excited about the concept of a mode that will have actual legitimate leaderboards that are not just based on how many games you play, the way that Unlimited has been in the last few years. I mean, let's go look at the Unlimited leaderboards right now. Let's see who's at the top of it. A guy who is averaging 4.5 points per game, and a guy who is averaging 0.9 points per game, and a guy who is averaging 13 points per game, which is slightly more, but still 3 boosters at the top. And then after the 3 boosters at the top, which I don't even really know how they're boosting considering the quit bans that are in the game, but regardless, there are boosters at the top. And then you have a guy with a 59 win percentage, a guy with with a 53 win percentage. I should say. A 78 win percentage isn't terrible, but that's not great. 41 win percentage, 54, 75, 49, 56, 37, 54, 52, 50. Like, not the best of the best players by any means, and I'm not intending to be disrespectful whatsoever to anybody, but there's only a couple players. I mean, there's a guy with a 93 win percentage right here. Shout out to you, Sneaky, or whoever you are. But outside of like him, I don't see anybody else right now on this list that looks like an elite level player. Little Mars, 83% win percentage isn't terrible, but like as a whole, there's certainly, by the way, how the heck does a guy have 1-0 with 25,000 points in a game? Hello? I'm actually baffled. What am I seeing there? I don't know what hack or glitch he did, but regardless, as y'all can tell by the leaderboards this year, they're all sorts of screwed up. They were never good. They were never good indicators of how good you are at MyTEAM and who the best MyTEAM players are. That's something that Showdown will hopefully in a lot of ways address and fix. The Showdown mode with its leaderboards basically being consisted of tier 1 players and based on the results of tier 1 matchups, I think that's a huge, huge positive, and I think that really is going to do a lot of good for the mode because it is, while still not a truly competitive mode, and with the different tiers, depending on the tier you're in, it's going to be sweatier or less sweaty, but for the guys who are leaderboard grinders, competitive players, you now have more of an incentive to grind Showdown, get to tier 1, play your tier 1 games, win games. The leaderboard will actually showcase the best of the best when it comes to MyTEAM players, and I think that's something that for me as a former competitive player and somebody who likes to sweat the game, I find really cool. We need actual legitimate leaderboards that are indicative and that indicate actual like skill at the game and how good you are at the game. And I think that are legitimately, I'm just excited to see a leaderboard system that is going to be authentic, or at least more authentic than what we've had the last few years. And I think we've never really had a true good leaderboard system in MyTEAM. This might be the best leaderboard system that we've ever had, which is always a good thing because cool leaderboards that actually work properly as they're intended and showcase the best players is something that I think is really neat. It's a good thing about Madden. I mean, it's something you see in Madden streamers titles all the time right now. You could probably go on YouTube right now and you got guys who are grinding top 10 head-to-head ranked, or top 10 100 or top 100 head-to-head ranked, or whatever. Guys who are highly ranked, promoting that in their titles. I mean, it's good for content. It's good for just showing that you're a good player. Like, I think the concept of leaderboards being in the game is a really good thing, and it's something that I'm excited to see in NBA 2K25. Now, number 3, and this is a gameplay specific thing, and this may not be the most popular opinion in the world, but if y'all have been watching gameplay stuff like me, the change between plucks versus bump steals this year looks really promising to me when it comes to gameplay. Last year with right stick gripper, it was so obnoxious to play against. People just getting rips all the time for no reason. Really a very low skilled defensive system, I think, in a lot of ways between the off ball and all that type of stuff. But specifically right stick gripper was just the most annoying badge to play against, and it was just so unrealistic. It's just not something that happens in real life. Guys don't get the ball stolen from them while they're dribbling, standing still up at the top of the key. It just doesn't happen very much, and it was something that was happening constantly with right stick gripper. The right stick gripper badge being out of the game and apparently right stick plucks being toned down significantly, I think is a huge plus. Also, bump steals are back, and I think bump steals are a very good thing. They were almost non-existent in 2K24. Bump steals basically reward you for getting in position to bump the ball when your opponent is dribbling. Now, I will say I've watched some gameplay stuff. They almost look a little bit OD in certain situations. They may even have to tone them down slightly, but my problem is I think if they tone them down slightly, they'll tone them down way too much. So right now, I kind of just like the concept of bump steals replacing plucks and the right stick gripper steals as a more skillful way to get stops and create turnovers, in my opinion, on the defensive end of the court. More the way it should be as it was in previous years. 2K21, 2K22, bump steals were really good. Right stick plucks were almost non-existent. That's the way it should be. And it wasn't even right stick plucks back then. It was X plucks. But still, those types of steals when you're dribbling should not really be super common. Bump steals where you get in position and deflect the ball and get a steal because the player dribbles into your body, that's, I think, a pretty skillful defensive play comparatively. And that's something to me that I am excited about. Now, this may not be the most popular opinion in the world, but again, it's my opinion. I do not like right stick gripper at all. I think bump steals are a much more skillful way to play defense. And I think that is something that is going to create more of a skill gap when it comes to the defensive end of the court with your ability to blitz and bump and stuff like that. And also, lanes look better this year as well, which I think is also a good thing. As long as lanes aren't OD insanely stupid, I think that it's nice to see lanes be better because your players just didn't play lanes last year with any brain cells at all, it seemed like. So being able to rotate and swing and play lanes better, again, I think should create a defensive system that's kind of more like some of those other games that we've played over the last few years that I thought were more fun to play in better games such as 2K21, 2K22. So if the defense plays more like that with lanes and bump steals and stuff like that, that to me is a huge positive, and I'm excited about that. Number 4, Triple Threat Online Park win streaks. I'm excited for the concept of streamers playing Triple Threat Park, going on win streaks, the hype that can surround that, even the possibility of Triple Threat Online Park wagers and stuff like that. We've never had a park element to MyTEAM, and we finally have a legitimate park element to MyTEAM, and I think, number one, 2K is doing this because they're trying to bring more park players into MyTEAM because MyTEAM makes them more money per player, I would say. So I think that's the main reason that they're implementing the Triple Threat Park. But that being said, I'm excited about the concept and the rewards for win streaks and the way that win streaks will be, I think, similar to Park, something that creates content and is fun. I think there is a whole new avenue in streaming now with the Triple Threat Online Park, with wagers and with win streaks and stuff like that, that I think will unlock a lot of content and really help get the community hyped about MyTEAM in a way that has never really been the case. This is something that I think could definitely get a lot of park viewers and a lot of park viewership and content shifting over towards the MyTEAM side to a certain extent. And I think it's something that could be really, really good for the health of the mode and for the growth of the mode as a whole. And that's something that, again, I am really, really excited to see how it winds up working in 2K25, because I think that is something that will be really, really neat and, again, could unlock a lot of different content avenues and just be really fun for both the consumer and the streamer, the content creator, the competitive player. Just a lot of fun stuff that can be done with TTO Park as well, and the win streaks and stuff like that. And then finally, quality of life improvements in MyTEAM are something that I think are just a much, much improved positive this year. From a streamlined challenge menu to just streamlined menus in general in the game with the way that the menus work, to other changes such as single item consumable packs opening automatically this year, to even the ability to apply all for your jerseys, your courts, your things like that to all of your lineups instead of having to go in and do it individually. The ability to preload and autofill lineups for specific challenges and stuff like that. The ability to have your unopened packs open in like a fast open system is how they describe it, where you can open a bunch of packs instead of having to sit through and open one at a time. Just a variety of things that will streamline and speed up people's menu experience and allow for smoother, easier navigation of menus, more effective and quicker navigation of building lineups, opening packs, applying consumables, applying jerseys, just a variety of different things that may not be all that important by themselves, but combined together create a more streamlined, smooth, and pleasant MyTEAM experience for the player. I think quality of life improvements, it looks like there's a good variety of that type of stuff this year. Even the ability to customize your offensive settings before the game looks like that's a new addition. The ability to customize your on-the-fly lineup, such as your bench lineup and things of that nature, in a way that you weren't able to the last few years. I think being able to customize your bench lineup, for example, is a huge thing, because now you're not just going to sub on your bench and it's going to sub guys in via position, and it's not going to be exactly how you want it situated. You can customize what your bench lineup is and how it subs in, so that you can just manually down on the direction D-pad and then arrow over to your bench or trigger over to your bench, and it'll sub in your bench the way that you want it to be. The ability to have that variety and that versatility to your lineup, I think, is, I just think quality of life improvements across the board, like all of those things, and even potentially some other things that I haven't mentioned. All those things are positives for the game. So I'm excited about that as well. Overall, I do actually think, as much as I probably shouldn't be, because I shouldn't really get my hopes up with this company, maybe, I'm excited for 2K25, and I'm hoping that it's a good game, because I am legitimately excited for it. And while it may not be the best game ever made, and I'm not exactly getting my hopes up that we're going to have the best MyTEAM ever or anything like that, I am hoping for significant improvement over 2K24, and I'm excited to see what 2K25 is looking like and give it a full good shot. So excited to make content on the game. We're less than a week away. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.